is Salamatu Haruna, and I'm a student at the Ghana School of Law in Accra, Ghana. And I'm also a newspaper writer for Inspire Youth Journal. I made my contribution to the Inspire Youth Journal in its 21st edition, which was published a few weeks ago, on the topic Foreigners and Customary Marriages in Ghana: Capacity, Validity, and Cross-Border Challenges. In this video, I am going to take you through the process of writing that paper. When Inspire Youth Journal reached out to me and asked if I could write a paper in the upcoming edition, I had no doubts in my mind because I already had a paper I was working on, which I was looking for a place to publish. In fact, that work had stalled because I was struggling to get the appropriate publisher, and that's weakened my motivation. So because I wasn't exactly sure if I could get the appropriate place to publish it, I wasn't very enthusiastic about finishing that paper. And so before Inspire Youth Journal reached out to me, I already had what I was working on. But then one of the first things I would say held me to even continue the work, because it had been so long, I looked at it again after I had conceptualized it. So one of the things that helped me easily go back to it was the fact that I was certain in my mind as to what I wanted to talk about. So this is a work I had started while in my 4th year in LLB. So that should be about 2 to 3 years ago. So continuing it 3 years later, you would guess that I probably had forgotten what the central idea was. But I didn't, because even back then I knew exactly what the question I wanted to address in my write-up. And so in writing this time around, it was very easy for me to continue, because again, I still had what I wanted to say in mind. In fact, it wasn't something that I had even forgotten about. It was a conversation I would bring up with my friends. And this conversation was simply, like I said in my article, on what basis will a foreigner, somebody who is not a Ghanaian, be able to contract a customary marriage, or a marriage under the customary laws of Ghana. And the customary laws of Ghana were laws that were applicable to particular communities that you belong to by reason of your lineage. So then the question is, if this person is not a Ghanaian by their lineage, can they even in the first place belong to this customary community? And if they don't belong to this customary community, on what basis would they then contract a marriage under the laws of that customary community? So that idea was still very much in my head when I decided to pick up the writing. And so first, I was setting in my mind what I wanted to write, and so continuing that work was very easy for me. Secondly, why did I even choose, or why did I even think Inspire Youth Journal was the appropriate platform for me to publish this idea of mine that I had put into writing? It's because the Inspire Youth Journal has an international following, and so I felt that if I tweak my writing a little bit, I could let it appeal to the readers of the journal. And so again, back to how I was able to write for the Inspire Youth Journal, I just had to tweak my idea a little bit, so the original idea, so that I could get it to appeal to the international audience. And in doing that, I just had to ensure that I gave more examples that I felt that the international community that the Inspire Youth Journal served was going to be able to relate to it. And so just two basic things. One, I already had an idea, and the reason why it was very easy for me to continue in developing that idea was because I was certain in my mind what I wanted to communicate. And then the second thing was that because the International Youth Journal has an international following and international readership, I ensured that I gave more examples that the international audience can relate to, so that at the end of the day, they enjoy the reading, number one, and then number two, they can relate to what I wrote. And so, yeah, I think that is pretty much it when I was writing for the Inspire You Journal. I'll see you guys again, hopefully, when I write again. Bye.